This is Steve Adubato coming to you from the NJTV studio. This is One-on-One. That video we're going to put in context. This is part of our Future of Innovation series. Proud to introduce a gentleman who's very much behind that video. He's Ralph Zucker, President, Somerset Development, developer of Bellworks. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Tell folks what we're looking at. Is that, by the way, what is commonly referred to as a Metroburb?
Yes. First Metroburb that we know, we coined the term. We tried to create a word that would capture the idea of a metropolis in suburbia.
But where is that?
In suburbia, Homedale, New Jersey.
Exit 114 off the Garden State Parkway.
Yes, former Bell Labs. It was the Googleplex before there was Google.
Okay. You had this idea, you said, over a decade of a Metroburb. Why?
Well, we find that people gravitate towards urban cores. They want that urban cool, urban comfort, urban convenience. But more people live in the suburbs than live in the cities, and they also want to benefit from that slice of urbanity. So we bring it to them, to suburbia.
So what goes on there? I mean, and how does it change the landscape and the culture of the community?
Well, if you walk into Bellworks any given day, you'll find a hub of activity. You'll find a pedestrian, we call it on the block, a main street running right through the building with shops, slowly but surely opening up, restaurants, food hall, daycare, medical care, dentist, topped by 1.2 million square feet of office. So it has that urban feel. You have everything you would have in a small city, and great companies coming together to cross-pollinate, to be inspired from each other.
You know, our friends at the Economic Development Authority told us about what you and your colleagues are doing, again, part of our series looking at innovation. How do you view this concept of quote-unquote innovation? Is innovation just another word for, hey, how do we remain more relevant in a competitive situation, a competitive environment? Isn't that really what innovation is?
Well, to me, innovation is a return to common sense. It's allowing people unfettered access to each other. It's getting them out from behind their desk. It's allowing that serendipitous encounter that causes creativity, that fosters creativity. That's what innovation is all about. When Bell Labs was designed...
By the way, tell folks what Bell Labs was. Talk about innovation.
Yeah.
What was Bell Labs, and then what happened?
Well, Bell Labs in in the early 1900s, but when Bell Labs in Homedale was built, it was the home to 6,000 of the greatest minds in the world.
These are people who did well in their SATs.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
They're probably
I wasn't one of them.
Probably before SATs, neither was I.
Oh, you're right. Okay, go ahead. I believe you were, but that's another story.
But they really were allowed an opportunity to sit there and just think. People were paid to think, and some of the greatest inventions ever came out of there.
Such as?
Talk about fiber optics, talk about, I think there were 8 Nobel Prizes won out of Bell Labs to date, maybe more, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of patents, a lot of programming languages, laser technology, Telstar from other locations in Bell Labs. They really changed our world. And in an interesting way, the building contributed to its own demise.
What do you mean?
Because people were unfettered. They were allowed to, now we had cellular technology. Your cell phone is now your office. So the need for these large corporate locations slowly dissipated.
And so necessity is, in fact, Ralph, the mother of innovation?
Yeah, I guess so, because people now, there's
You saw a shell there. I hate to go, sorry for interrupting. You see a shell there, you go, hey, wait a minute. Let's reimagine what this could be.
Well, I walked in 2007 to a vacant building.
12 years ago?
Yeah. One guard sitting there, couldn't even tell if he was breathing or not.
At the old Bell Labs?
The old Bell Labs. And it was just desolate and empty.
And you saw what in your head?
Well, in my mind, I saw this pedestrian street. I saw shops. I just saw exactly what we have there today. I had like a
What do you mean you saw that? Who walks in to a big shell with a guard there that you're not even sure if he or she is awake, and you go, hey, look at the possibilities. Who does that?
Well, I'm a developer. You know, I'm a new urbanist by trade.
A new urbanist.
New urbanism is a kind word of saying the idea of just creating great places for great people. Urbanism is all about people. Developers, we think we're all about buildings, but we're all about demographics. We're all about people. We're all about social experiment. That's what it's all about. And it's really about bringing people together.
By the way, before I let you go, what kind of folks are coming here in terms of businesses and individuals?
All kinds. We have everything from the most innovative technologies companies like NVIDIA or VIDIA that's doing cutting edge stuff on the internet, autonomous driving vehicle research, to some insurance companies, but still they want to be in a great, inspiring location. So we really run the gamut. Over 70 companies, soon to be close to 50 different shops.
This is amazing. And by the way, I want to remind folks, while Ralph Zucker is talking about what's going on at this Metroburb over on exit 114 on the Garden State Parkway, the old Bell Labs. This is part of our Future of Innovation series. By the way, all of us in the media as well, our partners at NJTV, innovating all the time, take a look at the technology there, the way information is being distributed. We do the same thing. That's what you're doing, and that's why we're doing this series. And Ralph, we appreciate you joining us, sharing this powerful story, and we wish you all the best down at the old Bell Labs.
Yes, now Bell Works.
Bell Works.
Yes. Thank you very, very much.
Our pleasure. Thanks. This is Steve. Stay right there. Don't run away. This is Steve Adubato. This is One on One. Be right back right after this.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 30 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One on One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, Choose New Jersey, RWJ Barnabas Health, the North Ward Center, Berkeley College, and by Kessler Foundation. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.